All right, we're going to keep this one probably even shorter. This is only going to focus on, well, it's going to focus on 3 things you need to be eating. Protein, and, oh, did I say protein? Yeah, protein. Now, there are more. That'll be in the next video. But right now, I want you to be thinking about protein. Okay? Here is a rule of thumb. You want to eat a gram of protein, 1 gram of protein for every pound of your ideal body weight. Let me say it again. The goal is to eat a gram of protein for every pound of your ideal body weight. So if your ideal body weight is 150, that's kind of what my goal is. Don't know if I'll get there. And if I don't, that might be okay too. But anyway, that's what I'm calling my ideal body weight. So I'm working to get 150 grams of protein in a day. Maybe your ideal body weight's 135 grams of protein a day. Now, at minimum, if you need a bare minimum, please get at least 100 grams of protein in a day, no matter what your goal weight is, at least 100. If you have not been tracking this, dare I say, you may only be getting 80 in, 60 in. That is not enough. That is not enough. Remember, the medication is a tool. It is a tool to help us so we don't have to white knuckle it anymore. But we have to do our part with what we consume, with what we do to move, with what we do to keep and build muscle. That's on us, because we don't want the weight we lose to be muscle weight. No, we want it to be the fat. We want to get rid of the visceral fat that's around our organs, and we want to preserve the skeletal fat, the skeletal muscle. We want to get rid of the visceral fat, preserve the skeletal muscle, because folks, your skeletal muscle is your longevity organ. Longevity organ. And it's the biggest organ in our body, your skeletal muscle. And that requires a good amount of protein. Now, you may be thinking, oh my gosh, Vanette, how can I possibly eat that many grams of protein? Well, I'm going to give you an example, okay? So, if I'm going for 150 grams, and I'll be honest, I'll use a range 135 to 150, but there's days I get in more than 150. And actually, I'm going to make this a separate video. I am going to take you through a day in the life, because some people have asked, well, what do you do in a day, Vanette? Well, it's not that exciting, but I'm going to tell you, but I'll put that in another short video. However, I will tease you with this. There's no way I would be able to eat 150 grams of protein. So I do rely on drinking some of my protein, and I'll share what that is in the other video. I'm really about half and half. I want you focusing as much as possible on those whole foods as well. Protein found in meats in particular is your best bet. When I say meats, that includes beef, pork, poultry, fish, dairy. Those are your main 5 where you can really get good protein. And I will mention that most of those also have enough leucine, if you eat enough of it. You do have to eat enough of it, for protein muscle protein synthesis. So leucine is what helps us keep muscle. So it's really important that you look at the leucine when you have a chance to think about it. And you're going to find, oh, there's another thing that had to do with, told you I'm doing this off the cuff. Leucine. Yeah. Probably have to cut this out. But another way to be able to drink that is with protein shakes. So again, look for protein shakes that use whey isolate. That again has a lot of the leucine in it. So take a look at that. But I'm going to cover that a little more when I do a typical day. All right, stay tuned for the next one on other things you should be thinking about in your consumption.